Hi, folks. I'm Congressman Huffman, and I want to wish you a safe, meaningful, and purposeful Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Over the years, I have joined many of you in ceremonies and programs on this important day. We've gathered to honor Dr. King and his legacy in different parts of my district, from Marin City to Eureka. But the common thread has always been that we should do more than just celebrate this important holiday. We should do all we can to continue Dr. King's work in building a better and more just world. Our reflections and our conversations on this day are usually a mix of acknowledging progress, lamenting some setbacks, and reaffirming our commitments to confronting ongoing injustices. We talk a lot about finding ways to translate our ideals and aspirations into real change on the ground. And this year does feel different. As we look back on 2 years where the Biden-Harris administration worked closely with Democratic majorities in the House and the Senate to do big, transformative things, I'm grateful that we can do more than just talk about big goals and aspirations this year. We can point to concrete progress on equity and environmental justice for people of color and disadvantaged communities. Here at home, we've secured unprecedented federal resources to invest in historically underserved communities, including for community health clinics and for more than 24 Native American tribes I represent. My staff and I secured $23.9 million for vital community projects, and that includes lighting improvements for Golden Gate Village in Marin City, the Ceres Community Project in Sonoma County, which serves low-income and medically vulnerable populations, affordable housing in the underserved Anderson Valley of Mendocino County, and Project Rebound in Humboldt County, which is developing a comprehensive local economic plan focused on equity. We have changed federal programs and policy in ways that put our social and environmental justice values into action, and that includes things like President Biden's Justice 40 initiative, the recently announced environmental justice grants from the Inflation Reduction Act, and over $100 million in grants to expand access to housing and water infrastructure for underserved rural areas. Now, the intent of all of this federal funding is not just to spend money, it's to make a difference in addressing equity issues here in my district and throughout the country. I promise to stay engaged and help make sure that happens, including with the historic investments that we're making in clean energy, water quality improvements, better flood management, broadband, and other infrastructure. We can also celebrate that our economic recovery and strong labor market, for the first time in decades, is finally delivering more benefits for disadvantaged folks than any other group. We've got a long way to go to address terrible wealth inequality in this country, but wage growth for the lowest earners is finally running ahead of the highest earners, with Black and Hispanic workers seeing the largest gains. Racial unemployment gaps are declining, and unemployment for people with disabilities is at a new low. This didn't happen by accident. Democrats made big policy changes, like the American Rescue Plan, and we put people over politics, prioritizing working families and helping to lift millions of people out of poverty. We can celebrate these things while still acknowledging that there is an enormous amount of work ahead. And we face some new challenges. The new Republican majority in the House has already demonstrated how chaotic and regressive the next 2 years could be. They're going to keep pushing to restrict voting rights, to roll back women's reproductive rights, and to slash funding for critical social safety net programs. Dr. King's dream of equality and justice has always been aspirational, just like our creed of forming a more perfect union. But as we continue this work in progress, we should be energized by the progress of our work these past 2 years. I'm honored to continue that work with all of you. Thank you.